In this knowledge snippet, we will be discussing about buyback of shares. A share buyback is also known as share repurchase. Buyback is when a company decides to buy its own share, which in turn reduces the number of shares available in the open market for investors and traders. Suppose a company had 10 lakh shares and it decides to buy back 1 lakh shares. Hence, a reduced amount of shares are left. That is, 9 lakh shares are left for trading in the open market. First of all, if you are new to the channel, please like, share and subscribe to my channel Formulating Finance, and don't forget to press the bell icon. A share buyback can be compared with dividends. It is a way in which businesses can return the profit generated to its shareholders. But in such a case, like in buyback, shareholders are also returning their shares back to the company. And in the buyback of shares case, shareholders are taxed considering it as a capital gain. A share buyback is usually announced on a price which is at a premium of a current market price. Let's say the price of per share is rupees 2000 and the board of company decides to buy back its share at a premium of 20%. So in this case, the buyback would be done at 2000 plus 20% of 2000, that is at 2400 rupees. So if you had one share, you will earn a return of rupees 400 if you bought the share at rupees 2000. So are the buybacks considered positive or negative? Let's find out. When a company announces their buyback, it is generally considered positive because the businesses feel that their stocks are undervalued and they are buying their stocks and is confident about the future earnings as well. But sometimes they are considered a negative news as well because people feel that there is so much idle cash available with the firm, but they don't have ample opportunities ahead in which these idle cash can be used. Management knows better about the company as they are the insiders, and according to them, every single share is valued more than the current market price. That's why they have announced a buyback. By floating a buyback offer, this will reduce the total number of shares and will improve the performance metrics which are computed based on the outstanding shares. What do traders usually do when they hear about the buyback? It is usually observed that the traders start buying these kind of shares and they tender these shares to the business at a premium. This is a very smart way to generate quick returns. But everybody has to be very careful while they are doing it because as soon as the buyback news hits the market, the share price starts increasing. How is it exactly done? So there are two options available with the company. First, shareholders will get a tender offer in which they have an option to tender all the shares or a portion of their shares to the businesses in a specified time period at a specified price. The price is usually at a premium than the current market price. This premium compensates the shareholders for tendering the shares back to the company rather than holding on to them. Second option is company buy back its share in the open market in the bulk trades, and many companies usually have a share repurchase program outlined which keeps on buying shares at certain times or at regular intervals. Why is the buyback done by the companies? There could be several reasons, like first, they have unutilized cash available and they don't have ample opportunities available in the future in which these unutilized cash can be used. Second, management may offer a buyback if they follow a general thing that they would return the profits to its shareholders. And sometimes if they want to give back to its shareholders 80-90% of the profits generated, buyback is one such medium to give the profits. Third, A company may feel its shares are undervalued, and buyback is a mechanism that can be used to buy the shares at a very low price. What are the advantages of the share buyback? First, the share repurchases program reduces the number of shares, making each worth a greater percentage of the corporation. Second, this would increase the earning per share. Third, if the markets want to maintain the PE ratio of that firm, the share price would also increase. Let me explain you the advantages with the help of an example. So, suppose there is a firm ABC which has a market price of rupees 20 and has 10 lakh shares before the buyback, and they have 10 lakh earnings as well. So, the EPS would be 10 lakh divided by 10 lakh is rupees 1, and the PE ratio would be 20. Now, the firm decides to buy back its 1 lakh shares. Hence, there would be a reduced number of shares, that is 9 lakh, 10 minus 1. And now, the EPS would also change. Earning is still rupees 10 lakh, but the number of shares is rupees 9 lakh. So, the EPS would come out to be rupees 1.11. Second thing, now the market has decided that they want to maintain the PE ratio of 20, because of which the share price would increase and the share price would be 22.22. Hence, the share price has increased and the EPS is also increased because of the lesser number of shares. I hope you got a good insight about the share buyback and as an investor, what you should do when you hear the news about the buyback. Please like the video, share with your friends and your family, subscribe to my channel Formulating Finance, and don't forget to press the bell icon. Thank you all.